All right, guys, we're starting off with part 2. Revs here. Let's get hit, man. We left off with the Paladin cards. Now we're going to start with the Priest. All right, so we're going to look at these Priest cards. All right, so first up is Elise. Look at that. A Highlander again. You remember she was a Highlander for the Druid, right? She used to duplicate your hand, if I remember right.
Yep.
They make, and of course, the dog wants. Does he want in or you want out? Jesus, he wants up on the bed. All right, so the Badlands survivor here. So she is an 8 mana 5/5. Oh, a little expensive. Usually she's 5 mana, if I remember right. Battlecry. If you now we know why, because if your deck has no duplicates, summon 4/4 copies of 4 random minions in your deck. So that's a lot of stats. And you know, what if minions have good effects, stuff like that? Yeah, so she's definitely a good card. I don't know why she's priest though. She should be druid. Because she's been a druid card. Well, wait.
You just want the good cards for druid, yeah.
Well, not that, but I think she is a druid. And 2, oh no, she originally was a neutral legendary. Then she went druid. So, anyways, I don't know why they made her priest, but whatever. Besides that, it's a good card, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
That seems pretty solid. Like, it'll help you turn the corner with your Mimi priest deck.
I wonder if priests are going to go more minion based, more bin range based, because it's been very aggressive, or thief, or whatever you want to call. So yeah, good card. We'll see how the rest of the set is determine what the priest is going to be, their identity. 4 mana 3/5. Okay. Battlecry. Copy each 1-cost card in your hand. I mean, how many 1-cost cards in the hand are you going to have in turn 4? Very interesting.
I mean, probably not a lot, but there is like this kind of package of cards they're getting that kind of adds extra 1-cost cards to your hand.
Okay,
Maybe there's
so
some kind of
let's look at
engine it's enabling.
You can't judge until you see the whole set. All right, so here, Posse here. What's this? 4 mana. Summon a 4/4 copy of a random minion in your opponent's hand. Ooh. This could be very high rolling, like if they have Ragnos in hand. Well, I don't know anyone who play that, but I know there's cards that summon it, but I don't know if you'd ever run him, but that's like the ultimate dream. What else?
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing about Hearthstone's unlike. Hold on. What do you want, Tito? He wants up in the. All right, well, hold on. Yeah, I swear they do this every time. What do you think about this card? Too random, I think. I mean, obviously, if it's like.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of Mind Games.
Yeah, and that didn't really see games.
And that was pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any I mean, this might be decent for like Snap. Snap could have ongoing. It could have. See, the difference between Snap and Hearthstone on reveal, no matter what, if it gets summoned to the board somehow, it still procs. Hearthstone, battle cries do not. Now, if battle cries did, then they would probably make this card a little bit better. I don't know enough to see. Hold on, let me let the dog out. I don't know enough to see play, but. So yeah, something like this in Snap would maybe be better. But even in Snap, I don't think you would ever build a card that would just rent. Well, there's Gladiator coming up, but that's removal, so it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, if Battle Cries did reveal no matter what in Hearthstone, that'd be way different. Actually, that'd be kind of a big, huge buff to them, right? Because imagine you pulling out a card and it still gets a Battle Cry. Oof, it would totally change.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of like the discover and summon X cost cards kind of stuff is balanced around the fact that you don't get those battle cries.
Yeah, because most modern,
right? Like think about like the treasure, like the warrior.
Yeah,
excavate.
Exactly.
It's like if you got to choose the stuff and get the battle cries, it'd be kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, because a lot of card games, the reveal, it's kind of like Snap reveal. It just when the card's revealed, it gets its effect. Hearthstone's one of the rare ones where the battle cry, which is basically reveal, doesn't do that. So yeah, it's just different. So yeah, this card, I don't think it's gonna see play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in arena, it might be a decent pick because at least you get something. But yeah, All right, so 3 mana, 2/4, Battle Cry. Discover a spell from your deck. Quick draw enemy deck instead. Okay, this is one where it depends on the meta. It could be really, really good,
Mm,
or it could be. I mean, how? Oh, actually, meta's pretty spell heavy, so yeah, okay. This quick draw is okay.
yeah,
In the arena, the quick draw is useless because extremely rare case are you going to have what's it called, spells in arena.
good
So
spells. Yeah,
yeah, but the card itself, besides the quick draw, because quick draw might not be consistent, but most of the time I think it will be. Yeah, this is a good
yeah.
card. I like it.
I think you usually want the
Ye-
spell from your deck
yeah,
though,
exactly, because it's going to be more
but
more
it's a
consistent.
nice option sometimes.
Yeah, but like let's say you're going against Arcane Hunter, it's late in the game, you're out of spells. Yeah, you never know, it might be useful. Yeah, but definitely quick draws. Not a most quick draw cards you like it to get the value, but this one's in particular probably not. All right, Thirsty Drifter here, 6 mana, 4/6, a little bit low on attack. Taunt. Okay, that's good. Cost. Oh, here we go. Cost one less for each one cost card. Oh, okay. That's very interesting. So that means priests are going to have to be very cheap deck in order to get a lot of value out of here. I mean, if you do 4 mana, 4/6 with taunt's actually not bad. Okay, yeah, in that regards, it's not too bad. I like it, but it's a little restrictive, right?
Yeah, but they are getting a bunch of these. We're gonna talk about them here in a minute. These cards that kind of they have an effect, and then any excess of that effect goes into a one cost card in your
Oh,
hand.
okay.
So you're kind of trying to like build up your hand while discounting this guy, and
All right. Swarm of Light Bugs. This is interesting. It should be a paladin card just by its name. 5 mana. Summon 10 1/1 life bugs with life steal. Save any excess a one. Oh, okay. So here we go. So this does
Mhm.
synergy. So yeah, you could get. I don't know. I mean, 7/1/1s isn't bad. I guess. I guess it's a little bit of a bit of healing, but unless you can buff them, is it really that impressive? I guess it's not too bad. It's synergy for the dex type. I guess so that's good. But one
Yeah,
one's
it's definitely a lot of stuff. But you're right. It's like priest usually isn't leveraging the bodies like druid or paladin would
yeah,
be.
exactly. Like Druid could probably buff these up pretty easily with circle synergy or something like that, or drum. But yeah, kind of goes again. I mean, obviously, if you would have to include this to use Thirsty Drifter and the in the legendary over there, but I don't know. We'll see. Like, what's this coming up here? 4 mana, Evasive Leaf here. Ooh, pretty interesting art. Deal 8 damage to an enemy minion. Save. Oh, now this is actually kind of nice. Save any excess as a one cost bottle. And are the bottles just 1/1 light bugs with lifesteal? Or
Yeah,
is
or
random?
in this case it's a one cost bottle that does the remaining damage.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you kill a 5 health thing, then you get a one cost bottle that deals 3 damage.
Oh, then this is kind of nice because when you have
It's
wasted,
flexible.
yeah, it's flexible. I actually like this. I think this would probably be ran in a lot of pre sticks without the synergy of thirsty and all that. I like this. Actually, a good card. What is this here? Tram Heist, 4 mana. Get a copy of each card your opponent played last turn. Ooh. Okay, that's actually can be really, really good or mediocre or eh.
Yeah, I think this is pretty trash most of the time.
Yeah. It's too random, right?
Because when are you gonna line this up, and when are you gonna spend 4 mana for that effect?
Yeah, it's a little bit too
So
slow, a little bit too it'll be too inconsistent. I mean
this,
it
like the game is grindy right now, but this is still ultimately a game where like
you have to have
we
tempo,
threat
yep.
deck each
Hmm.
other, and like people try to kill each other
Yeah, so far the priests have
unless they're warrior mirrors.
yeah. Let's finish up before we judge. Okay, injured here, Holler here. 3 mana. Whoa, 3/7. Okay. Battle Cry. Oh, okay. Deal 4 damage to this man. Oh, we haven't seen one of those for a long time. Overheal. Deal 2 damage to all enemy. Wow. This card, though, it definitely could fit in some other priest decks. That's actually a
Yeah,
really
this
good
feels like
card.
more like a mid-rangey
Yeah.
beat down kind of deck.
Yeah, very, very. I think this is probably the strongest card. That in the Elise is definitely the strongest card, and of course the
Yeah.
Banker.
You could
Uh,
see some scenarios where like if you play this and heal it, um, like they've got the location right now where you can bank
yeah,
heals.
hmm
But
very
yeah,
good card.
if you heal this and take the board, and then your opponent has to develop into it,
Yeah,
and you get to
exactly.
heal it again or buff it or whatever, like your opponent's just like off the board for like assuming they're not a control deck and they don't have removal, they're kind of
Yep,
locked at that point.
very good card. I think it's probably one of its strongest. Okay, so Holy Spring Water, 2 mana, restore 8 health to a damaged in excess. Wow, this is a good 2 mana for 8's actually really good. Priests tend to like to heal, and it's synergy with a injured guy. Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we've got kind of this thing going where we can save excess value in bottles and reduce the drifter and
All right.
copy them with pip.
All right.
Do you think this is a thing Priest will do, or are they gonna go full Highlander
They
or
might. I think they'll probably go Highlander because Priest tends to be kind of like a grindy. I do think
yeah.
there's enough support to make the Thirsty Drifter decent. I mean, hell, all you have to do is play two uh, cards in the beginning, early game, and it's a 4 mana 4/6 with taunt's actually not bad itself.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Like it could just get played
yeah, a
in
lot of
Shadow
decks. Yeah,
Priest.
yeah, exactly. Something like their yeah. So that I think the Thirsty Drifter is good enough on its own. It definitely doesn't have to go in the full package, which is really good. Elise is good. I don't know if the Homegirl, the other legendary though. I mean, having copy of your cards are usually good. It might. I don't know if they're going to go the full package here, but uh it's interesting to see where the priest is going to go. I think it's going to be
So
fun though.
I think where some of this bottle stuff might get played is like think about like Wild, like what Priest deck wants a bunch of cheap fodder
Yeah, you're right.
to play. It's Raza Priest.
Yes, exactly. So yeah.
So
All right.
that deck already plays a bunch of stuff that generates like coins and discovers cards that they can keep fueling their hero
Yep.
power. So I could see some of this stuff maybe making it into that deck.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they got
Just
some
like
interesting
little pieces
cards.
of healing and removal and everything else that gets you hero power pings, gets you more stuff in your hand.
Yep, I agree. Two cards are kind of complete filler or trash. The Tram Heist and the Posse. Yeah, those two will not see play. I'm not sure on Light Bugs. It might. The only problem is if it was 1/1s with Rush, it'd be different. See, the 1/1s
Mhm.
with Lifesteal, yeah, that's great. But any kind of board clear, anything like Warrior could, I mean, Defile, it could just. But if it had Rush, I think it would definitely, because then I think it would definitely see play because Rush is so powerful. And then you get a little bit of, at least what if you have full it up 7 healing or 5 healing. Yeah, so that I'm not sure of, but yeah, overall I think it's pretty good. Two bad cards, and then the rest are pretty decent. Yeah,
Mhm.
good, good. We'll see how it goes. Oh, let's see the Rogue because the Rogue's been very powerful lately, and of course it gets more mechs. That looks like Drilly the Kit. I love it and love the art. 4 mana 4/3 battle cry, quick draw, and death threat. Wow! So you're guaranteed to get 2 treasures no matter what, and if you're lucky, you get 3 out of this. This guy's gonna see
Yep.
play. I mean, he's just too good, right? He doesn't do anything else except for give you treasures, and that is going to be
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, I like him a lot, and plus you could return him to hand, get more.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you always get the quick draw.
yeah, excellent
Yep.
card. It's definitely going to see. I think this is going would see play even if you don't go into the full treasure package. Actually, it's just good enough on its own. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
it. Especially, yeah, good stuff. Let's look at the next legendary 3 mana 3/3. While this is in your hand, wow, not okay. Play 3 cards from other classes to reveal. Oh, his true form. Her true form. What is her true form? Was
So
it
yeah,
this?
click on the card and then look at the bottom.
Wow, 3 mana
Turns
three.
into a 3/3/6 charge with
That's
after this attacks, discover a card from another class for
oh
cost 3. 3 less rather.
okay. Again, they're giving rogues such powerful tools. That's an amazing card, by the way. The fact that it's not a battle cry and the fact that it sits in your hand, that's the first for Hearthstone that I'm aware of. No. There has been there's that one legendary that's as a year. Yeah, there has been.
Yeah, there are
Yeah, there has been.
there are cards like Floop comes to mind, cards that change depending on the context
Yeah.
of the game at the time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I take it back. There has been in your hand stuff, but yeah, this is interesting because usually legendaries, except for that one comes to mind, have been very much always have to play. Yeah, I like both those legendaries are going to see play Rev hands down. Even if you don't get into the full package for treasures, that Billy the Kid is so awesome. It's going to DC playing this guy. Yeah, hands down, going to see play. Damn, man. Rogue's going to be fun. We have to play more Rogue, man. All right, so next up, Wishing Well, 5 mana, 0/7. Okay, really good health. After you play a coin, okay, well, that's very situational. Get a random legendary minion from another class and set its wow. Is that like a nerf candidate? Because getting coins isn't too difficult, right? For Rogue?
I'm trying to think. They've got like what, Tomb Pillager
Yeah.
in standard right now, and they've got another card here that gives them a coin.
Do you think this is going to see play? I think it will, because the fact that most legendaries, obviously it can't be from Rogue, it would probably make it way over the top. A lot of legendaries are going to give you a good benefit with a little downside. I mean, there are some situations like Millhouse, right? Millhouse. Well, no, it's from class, so it would never be a neutral. That's another thing too, Rev. You have to take into account. It will not be neutral legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it actually a little bit better than all
Yeah.
legendaries. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like this.
so for if you play the coin with it right away, you're spending 6 to get the well and random legendary from another class.
Well, let's see. The thing that
And
though
you
is,
do get its battle cry because it goes to.
yeah, I think it's good enough for Rogue to. Rogue's about tempo. Rogue's about cheating stuff out too.
Yeah,
So
I'm just not
the
sure how
only
many
thing,
coins you can realistically
yeah,
get.
yeah. And another thing, it is RNG, so you could low roll, but again, most of the time, I think you're gonna get something you're happy with.
Mhm.
Interesting. All right, I
Yeah, I don't
like
know,
it.
the overhead feels kind of high on this, but
Yeah, yeah. It could potentially be a
because
really good.
a lot of times you're gonna get like a like a medium cost legendary, and you're gonna be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
alright.
Maybe it won't be. I think there'll definitely be highlight reels for this card, and it's definitely a soft taunt. No person would ever leave that on board because they're
Mhm.
it could snowball. But again, how reliable can you get coins? Another thing too. What if you have it in your hand for a while and you're sitting there banking it, being greedy? Yeah, well, we'll see. But I think it's a good card, but I don't know if it's going to be what rogues really want to do. Maybe with more sets, who knows? We'll see. It'd probably be better. Maybe it'll be better in Wild than it would be in Standard because there's, I think, more payoff cards for Thief Rogue. But anyways, Dart Throw, 2 mana. Throw a 2 damage darts at random enemy minions. If both hit the same minion, get a coin. Oh, okay, so there's some synergy. The only problem is obviously you have to have one minion, or just hopefully you get lucky. I don't
Yeah,
like the.
ideally you're using it to kill like a 4 health target,
Yeah.
and it's
So
guaranteed.
do you think this card's good enough on its own? It can
On
clean
its
up
own,
early game,
probably.
huh?
On its own, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The only problem is randomness, and rogues tend to want to remove
So
stuff.
even ignoring like the wishing well, right? The fact that it's 2 mana deal 4 and it refunds itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Probably
And
good enough to
yeah,
play.
and it doesn't go face, which makes it a little bit more consistent. All right, yeah, I like it. Definitely pricey play. 4 mana, 5 for just your stats. Battle Cry. If you excavated twice, destroy an enemy minion. Wow, that's pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, especially considering Drilly the Kid could technically get you 2 treasures on its own. Obviously, it's gonna you couldn't play on the same turn, but yeah, really good card. Next up, Bounty Wrangler here. 3 mana, 3/4, good premium stats. Quick draw or combo. Well, gain a Ooh, that's actually, if you get that on turn 3 and you draw it, that's really good. Yeah, good card.
Yeah, so it says or, not and. So presumably if you get the quick draw, you can't also get the combo or vice
Oh,
versa.
yeah, good point. Good point. Didn't notice that. All right. So then it's a
So
little bit.
if you draw it off the top, you're not allowed to like combo it and get the quick draw.
So actually, you
So
would probably want it 99% of the time as a quick draw then. It's a guarantee. All right, good card. Shell gain 3 mana. Get a random epic, rare, and common card from other class. Okay. You get a lot. The
so
only
that
thing is,
single-handedly upgrades Fellow Rock.
yeah, use that with prep because I don't know if they would want to do 3 mana and do nothing. Rogue tends to be a very tempo oriented class, but definitely Rogue is the type of class that would use this kind of card with combination of their other core cards. So yeah, Rogue would definitely like that. Nah, any other class like Druid would never do 3 mana and do nothing for a turn. That you'd freaking probably lose the game. All right, so next up, triple sevens, and it costs 7. How cute! Draw. Oh no, deal 7 damage to a minion. Draw. Whoa! Isn't 7 cards a lot?
I mean, it's compares very well to Sprint. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good card. Plus, you could discount it too. I love the whole sevens theme. It's pretty awesome. 777. So yeah, it's a good card. And Rogue could discount it, empty their hand, do a prep or something, maybe. Yeah, it'll definitely see play. Too bad I can't go face. People probably bitch about it then. All right. Blood Rock Company Shovel. 1 mana, 1 through. Ooh, very good. Death Rattle, Excavated Treasure. Well, that's on its own. It's pretty good because, oh yeah, it's a great card because that means you don't have to hero power for basically 3 turns.
Yeah, and historically speaking, 1 mana rogue weapons are the best because you can get them buffed quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. We didn't even think about that possibility of buffing. Yeah, on its own, is a really good card. A little slow for its death rattle, but if you really need a treasure ASAP and you've built up to 4 or you need the 4th, you could hero power to get rid of it, so it's very flexible too. All right, stick up 1 mana. Discover a quick draw card from another class. All right, Thief Rogue would probably like it, but is it good enough on its own? Maybe.
So assuming you're discovering something cheap enough, you're gonna get the quick draw effect.
Yeah, I like it. I think it'll be decent. Good card. Good arena card too, by the way, because arena's all about value, right? Yeah, Rogue sets, I think so far has probably 2 of the strongest legendaries, no?
Yeah, I mean, they might be spread a little bit thin because I'm just looking at it like they've got the excavate stuff, they've got the burgle stuff,
Yep.
they've got like this like coin package as well, and they've got like triple sevens, which is just generically good.
Yeah. I like it. It's, yeah, but you're right, it is kind of low on focus, but I think it's good. That's interesting because like Druid's the only one that, well, the other ones maybe too, but Druid's very focused on one type. This one, like you said, it's just giving love to, which makes potentially wild decks better, etc. So yeah, good stuff. Be fun. Oh, let's go to Shaman, one of my favorite heroes. Okay, let's look at the Shaman goodness. 7 mana, 7/7. The jokes, the memes. Look at this guy. Beautiful art. Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Ooh, which includes face, by the way. Improved by each turn in a row you have played an elemental. Wow. This is definitely going to make wild elemental synergy better because there's more good, what's it called? Elementals overall. Yeah, that's a very good card, Rev. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get 3 or 4, you're golden, man.
Yeah, so you really want to play like as much elementals in your deck as you can. So the deck will probably kind of build itself.
Yeah, and I'm looking for. I tell you, I really loved Elemental Shaman back in the day. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, in the context of wild too, like you can there's obviously like more elementals and better elementals to choose from, and the turn after you play Scar, you can like probably do some kind of shutter walk shenanigans
Oh, we forgot about yeah. We're gonna definitely
and
make
do it
some.
all over again.
We're gonna. You saw my initial build of a druid, dragon druid for standard. We'll have to build standard and wild counterparts for both elemental shaman and druid, dragon druid for both.
Oh man, not to mention like if you play Scar and it clears your opponent's board
Ye-
and they can't deal with it, you get to play Shutterwalk, and if you've played
Oh,
Grumble
dude.
already in the match, you bounce
Oh,
Scar back to your hand and you do it like a third time at
oh
least.
man, you're teasing
Plus
me.
ba-
Yeah,
plus bouncing your Shutterwalk back, and then you could have a Shutterwalk playing multiple Scar battle cries.
yeah. It's gonna be like I told you. A lot of these cards
And
are gonna
then
make
and then and
wild.
then it's just gonna keep ramping every turn until like I mean you could
Yeah,
probably only do that like 2 or 3 times before it kills your opponent, but
yeah. And it's interesting because traditionally, a lot of the problem issue with Wild is it has to have a really good card to shake up its meta or add to decks. So yeah, this is definitely a good candidate for that for Wild. But for Standard, I cannot wait. Let's look at the rest of the package here. Doctor. Okay, a 5 mana, 4/5. Okay, Battlecry. If your deck, oh, another Highlander. If your deck has no duplicates, equip a Staff of the Nine Frogs. Let's look at what
yeah.
that is.
What movie is Doc Holliday from again?
Ooh, what is he? I
That's
forget.
a movie reference.
Yeah, it
I
is.
know it is.
Forgot we have to look it up. 5 mana. Someone in the comments could probably post if they know. 5 mana, 2/9. Whoa. Okay. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 frog with taunt. With taunt, each frog is bigger than. Oh, go giant golems. Kind of. So basically, they look like the hex taunt. By the way, they get. That's actually a good card. I like it. I mean, it's not gonna steamroll at first, but as the game goes on, it's going to if you play this on curve or cheat it out even better for on turn 4, it's
Yep.
amazing. Yeah, I like it. Really good. And you know,
Okay, I brought up the Wikipedia.
what
Doc
is
Holliday was a real guy. Doc Holliday was a dentist and later a gambler, gunfighter, and close friend and associate of Wyatt Earp, the famous lawman.
oh, you're right. Now to think about Tombstone, and all that. How can we forget, Rev? But yeah, I love this Western theme of this deck. And one thing Blizzard does a great job is makes cool, Americana or general movie
Hmm.
lore references. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, this is a good card.
Yeah,
Do you think?
he was in the gunfight at OK Corral.
There we go. A little bit of trivia. Thank you, Rev. That's good. I knew it was someone, but I just couldn't remember. Yeah, this card's good. But Highlander Shaman, has that ever been a thing, though? I can't remember. Wild's just
Um, no, it hasn't been
no.
a
It
thing.
hasn't been a thing.
The
So,
close the closest thing was when they had their really good hero card,
oh yeah.
Agatha.
All
That
right.
was like
So
the slowest, grindiest shaman deck that there's been.
maybe there could be a Reno.
This staff is just a lot of stats though,
It is.
so it's definitely tempting.
Oh, you do realize though, but then it's not going to be very consistent, nor is it going to a card you probably want to wait for late game. Some people use these Highlander cards, but don't really do a Highlander deck because they're just good on their own and they wait to play it for late game. But this isn't a
Yeah.
card you would do that because then it'd be too little, too late.
Hmm.
All right, so going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Shaman will be good as Highlander. But let's go up. Elemental, 9 mana, 4/16. Insane. Rush, Lifesteal, Omega, Wind Fury, Overload 2. Wow. So that means it can attack 4 times. So that's a huge amount of healing. Board clear potential. Is it?
Hmm.
I don't know if there's anything left where it discounts your elementals anymore, but in Wild, it's going to be even better because you could discount. Shaman has weight, I think, like discount 2 or something like that. So on its own, it's a great card because one thing about Shaman healing, they love it. Two, if Shaman starts falling behind board, they traditionally lose games. So this could help them retake it with that 16 health.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good, Rev. It
If you
should
got
be able
any
to.
way to attack buff it, it's crazy too.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really good. Oh, look at it. Thinking of it. But the problem is 2 mana 9, so you can never combo it by traditionally Trusty Companion, 2 mana. Give a minion +2/+3. If it has a minion type, draw another. Oh, card draw for elemental. Even without elemental, it's flexible actually on its own. But elementals, it'll probably be an elemental dex. Very good card, Rev. Anything that buffs and draws have always seen play in Hearthstone. You cannot combo it with the Walking Mountain unless you could cheat Walking Mountain out.
Yeah.
So
Any deck that can afford to play Amalgam too would
yep.
run
Oh,
this, because
yep.
then you're just getting like tutor specific things
Ooh, I
on
think
specific turns.
I forgot about that card. I could add that to my druid deck because technically it's a dragon. Ooh, I forgot about that. And give more dragons. Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. I will have to think about adding it. All right, so yeah, so far these cards are really good. The only one is the Doctor. Is if Shaman Highlander, Shaman's not a thing, it's wasted potential. But on its own, it's a good card, really good card. I like it, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But these others are definitely gonna see play. And I love Trusty Companion. It's going to be really a lot of fun. Okay, let's hear 7 mana Giant Tumbleweed. Deal 6 damage to all minions. Summon a 6/6 Tumbleweed. It's a little expensive, but it's
Dude, this
good.
card is cracked.
Yeah, but it's good, actually. Really good.
This
And it's
compares
nature.
so good. This compares so good to like stuff like Abyssal
Oh,
Enforcer.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
even
And
funny.
I think Shaman has ways to discount nature spells too, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, if you get this cheaper, whoo. And the fact that it has a board clear, it will most likely clear most boards on your enemy side. Oh, wait, it's all minions. Ooh, that kind of hurt. Shamans, depends. If it's a mid-range shaman, maybe they won't be interested unless they're really behind, but you definitely want to kill your own board. But yeah, very good card no matter what. Control shamans will love this for sure. Next up, a 3 mana 4/5. Wow. Okay. Rush. Oof. Okay. Overload. That's a negative. If you played an elemental last turn, don't overload. Wow. Minecraft might be a crusher indeed, or a cruiser indeed. This is an amazing card, Rev. I pretty much
Very
guarantee
good.
you're going to play something on turn 2 that's elemental, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Helps you keep your elemental curve and play
Very good
Scar.
card. I mean, shit, it might be good enough even without the elemental package. Oh, I don't know about 2 overloads a lot, but Shaman likes about taking boards. So yeah, I like this card a lot. Look at over here, an elixir, 2 mana, restore 5 health, discover a spell. Shamans traditionally like healing. I think this is good, right? Discovering a spell is a big upkeep. Up plus. What do you think?
I think it could get played,
Yeah, it
but
could,
it
but
feels kind of on the fence about it.
yeah. This is definitely one of the cards I'm not 100% sure, but it might. All right, so we'll have to see if it does or not. Maybe control shamans will definitely want to see it, especially if you want to heal your walking mountain after it's taken some damage. All right, of course you couldn't play it on curve. 5 mana 4/5/4 elemental battle cry. If you played an elemental last turn, summon 2/3/3 cows with rush. Yeah, Rev, very
Good.
very good card. Shoot, very good card.
It should elemental beast though, because there's cows in the art.
Let me see. Oh, there's cows on. Yeah, it's so funny. I like how they do this now. So where's the cows art? Oh, here they are. That's awesome. Oh, startled cow! It threw it. That's kind of funny.
Thing launched, yeah.
Look, like it came out of the ground, and they're startled because this thing. Yeah, look, great art, great card. Definitely gonna see play. Oh, not rehydrate, but dehydrate. 3 mana life steal. Deal 4 damage to a minion. Quick draw. Cost what? All right, Rev. This will see play for Shaman because it does damage and it heals. And if you get the quick draw, that's just amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you're gonna be going second, and you're gonna draw this on 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and you just get to destroy your opponent's play and take the board.
Yeah. Very good card. Last but not least, a Murloc support again. 2 mana, 2/2 horrible stats. It's a cactus cutter. Let's look at it. Battle cry. Draw spell. Well, that alone is good. If you cast it this turn, gain +1 and +2 with and taunt.
This is probably the best shaman card.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, because if you definitely get the spell thing, it's a really good stat admitting for its cost.
Like you can play very few spells and have a good idea what you're getting, or
Yep,
you can just play a bunch of cheap stuff and always get your quick draw or what have you.
yep. The
Um,
shaman's
yeah,
got
just really good.
excellent cards, dude. The only one is the doctor. Not that it's a bad card, it's just an iffy thing. If Highlander Shaman's going to be a thing, it never has been historically. So we'll see now. Things are different. But yeah, very good. Shaman got a lot of great cards, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play. Shaman and Druid are definitely going to be my first, and also the Rogue. I think I'm going to play some Rogue. I think Paladin would be the thing about the Paladin cards. I kind of was like, not sure what the Paladin wants to do, but we'll see. But definitely,
Mhm.
Shaman's gotten good stuff. Okay, let's go up Warlock. One of my other favorites. Three golden heroes are only Druid, Shaman, and Warlock. Close to Major. I gotta grind that out eventually. All right, 7 mana, 4/4 horrible. If you have activated twice, summon 6/3/3 tram cars with rush. Well, that should be extremely easy to pull off. And it's a
Yeah,
really
by
good,
turn 7, you've
yeah.
probably done that.
And it's a good card. It could help you take board. It could help refill. What kind of control warlock would like this, or would more of an aggressive warlock like this?
Control, I think for
Yeah,
sure.
control. And yeah,
Because
it's definitely,
activate making things a little slower.
yeah. Look at this, the putrid here. 4 mana, 2/6. Your fell spells cost one less and have life steal. Battlecry, get 2 barrels of sludge. What does sludge do? When this is played,
Yeah, so
discard
there's a
it.
few cards that add these to your hand.
Wow. If this is discarded or destroyed or played, deal 3 damage to the lowest enemy. And wow, that's good.
And if you've got what's his name? If you got Popcar on the board, they've got lifesteal.
Yeah, very good card. And it should kind of stick a little low on attack, but it has good health for the cost. So yeah, good, good. Warlock's gotten 2 good legendaries. Okay. Because I know Gecko always complains about the Warlock getting garbage legendaries, but that's definitely not the case this time. Very good. And they'll probably both see play. Different decks, maybe, but we'll see. Maybe control both control. Is this a control or mid range card? It might be aggressive. No, I don't think aggressive. I don't think aggressive
Probably
decks are.
control with
Yeah,
that
control
stat
because
line.
yeah, plus life steal something. Your aggressive warlocks don't care about life steal per se. I mean, if they get it randomly, they love it, but whatever. They definitely don't want to play. Trolley problems. 3 mana. Discard your lowest cost spell. Summon 2/3/3 uh, tram cars with rush. Quick draw. Don't just. All right. Well, this gives discard synergy, and it's gonna
Hmm.
see play because it's really good.
Yeah, sometimes you've got the barrels of sludge or something else in your hand that you want to discard, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't need a quick draw.
Love it. It's a really good card. Smoke stack. 1 mana. Deal 1 damage to a minion. If it dies, X-ray a treasure. All right.
So
Well,
basically, Mortal Coil.
yeah. Immortal Core saw play. Like really good against paladins. Really good against stuff that are low. Or if you do a trade and you have to finish one up, yeah, good. And it gets a treasure. Yeah, definitely see play. Here we have a demon and a mech. 4 mana, 4/5. Good stats. Taunt, death rattle, excavate. Yeah, good. I think that's a pretty good card on its own. Definitely for
Yep.
control, mid-range decks. Yeah, good stuff. Sled. Oh, look at this sludge on wheels. Three. I love the art. 1 3 mana, 1/5. Amazing health, real bad attack, rush. Well, what are you gonna do for one? Whenever this takes damage, get a barrel, a sludge, and add one to the bottom of your. Ooh, anti-fatigue and yeah,
So this is like another sub theme Warlock's got going on of like shuffling stuff onto the bottom of their deck and then not having stuff to benefit from that, which is kind of
well,
interesting.
yeah. Do you think this card's good enough though on its own? Probably.
The way I'm thinking about it is it's like a bigger Accolade of Pain
Yeah,
with Rush. So I think, yeah, I think
I
it's
think
good.
it. Yeah, Yeah, so far the Warlock's gotten good cards. Look at this. 1 mana. Look at the. Oh, here we go. 1 mana. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Draw one and destroy the others. Ooh, interesting. I mean, you could pull something. It would be yeah, stuff like this usually sees play because
Yeah.
you could draw something and pull it, and then don't really care about the others.
Yeah, I mean, the way to think about it is like most games of Hearthstone, you're not going to be decking out, so you kind of don't care
Yeah, exactly.
what you're destroying. Not to mention, you could also be destroying like barrels of sludge or something,
Yeah, I like it a lot.
getting a benefit from it.
It's a good card. Okay, Furnace Fuel, 4 mana. When this is played, discard or destroy, draw 2 cards. Wow. All right.
Yeah. So if
That's
you hit that with fracking,
it's amazing.
kind of insane. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, Warlock's gotten good cards. 4 mana, 7/7. Returns at the end of your turn. Destroy the bottom 3 cards of your deck. So this is synergy with this whole sludge package. So you know,
Yeah. So this is just like a better Fell Reaver.
it is. It is because it's targeted. If Felreaver saw play in aggressive decks, and if your opponent does not have an answer for a 7/7 so early, coin it out, possibly 2, turn 3, turn 4, they're going to lose a game. Because you're
Yeah.
taking a couple turns of hitting in the face of like 14. If there's 2 turns and this connects the face, it's going to be tough to recover, especially if they're way
Yeah.
ahead
You
on board.
don't need a deck if your opponent's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Very aggressive. Now, this would not be in a control deck at all. They would not be interested in it because control needs their resources. They don't like losing cards, but definitely an aggressive uh, Warlock will definitely use this. Good card. I love it's kind of like you said, old Fell Reaver, right, or whatever it was called. And
Mhm.
that saw play. Remember, because if people didn't have answers for it, Rev, they just lost games.
Yep.
2 mana, 3/2, Battle Cry and Death Rider. Put a barrel sludge at the bottom of your deck. Okay, that'll definitely see play. And that's kind of a good enough card. Even I don't know if it's good enough without the sludge package, but because there's other competition. But yeah, this definitely you would put it in there, and it definitely uh, synergizes with this package and the waste remover. Yeah, I like it.
Hmm.
Good cards, right? Good cards. Now, which one do you think's going to be come out on top? Control or this sludge? Or the aggressive card's going to win the day, and the sludge is just going to be a little bit too slow. I don't think it's going to be too slow.
Dude, you gotta respect the fact that Waste Remover is a 4 mana 7/7.
Yeah, good card. I think Warlock did
You know,
good.
it's
Two
like
good
what more
legendaries.
do you want? You
Yeah,
know.
I like the theme of this set. It's really cool. It's
Hmm.
good stuff. All right, Warrior. Let's see. Warrior's pretty top tier right now. Let's see. Boom Boss. All right, they should have made him a 7 cost for Dr. Boom reference. But anyways, he's an ogre though. 8 mana, 7/7. Battle cry. Shuffle 3 TNT into your deck. One draw. Blow up a card in the enemy's hand. Deck. Wow. Okay.
This is like this is kind of like delayed patchwork,
And Patchwork sees play. I like
but
this.
you don't know when it's gonna go off
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. So it's a little slow, but if Warrior can
But you
target.
destroy 9 cards total, so this is like if a game is ever going to go to fatigue,
This is definitely a
this
control.
this like
Yeah.
single-handedly wins the
Yeah.
game basically.
Do you think a mid-range warrior would be interested in this? No, definitely control because it's
Yeah,
slow.
definitely control.
Yeah, definitely control. And let's look up here. 4 mana, 16/16. Rush, taunt, dormant for 8 turns. Excavate to awaken 2. Okay. This is better than, what was that shadow one where it was a 12/12? You had to play the
The
candles.
darkness.
The darkness. This is a better
I
version of
think it was
darkness.
2020, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you could get this on turn 6 pretty reliably.
On turn 6? I don't think so.
No?
It's dormant for 8 turns.
Oh, 8 turn on. Yeah, never, unless you played this in turn 1. Yeah, okay. So what do you think about this? It's definitely a late game threat. It is
I mean,
slow,
if you can play it on curve, it's probably not bad.
but
This is like the world's like worst top deck ever.
yeah.
If you draw it
Unless
like anywhere and later in the
I
game, it's
definitely
just not gonna when especially if you've already played a couple of your excavates,
exactly.
it's
The
just not gonna
only
wake up before the game's
oh,
over.
Yeah, I agree. The only deck that would be interested is control because the other is just too slow. There has been mirrors. There has been grindy. If you look, some tournaments and some streamers of Hearthstone, there is grindy games now. So this is actually something that could potentially really be the difference maker in those games because it tends to get to the point where like, oh,
Yeah.
I've exhausted everything. I have nothing left, and the 16 wakes up. But it's a little slow.
I think also like you go through this big process for this thing to wake up,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of like what now?
Yeah. And what if it
You
gets
get to take
removed right away? Yeah.
like one trade. It's never I don't it's almost never gonna get to hit face
No.
is the thing.
Yeah, it's a cool card, but it's just a little bit too slow. The only thing is, like in mirrors, it could make a difference in like a mirror matchup of control. Then you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I have this, you don't, you're gonna lose. But yeah, other than that, it's just too slow. It's cool though. I like its
Yeah.
concept. I think
If a
8 turns
card's
is
effect is if a card's effect is just that it's gonna be really big, it has to come down a lot
yeah.
earlier than this.
So its first legendary is definitely good for control. The second one is control card too, but I don't know if we'll see play. Misfire 2 mana, deal 3, 2, and 1 damage to random minions. Oh, each one then, right?
Hmm.
And in quick draw, choose the target. Wow. So if you could do this in quick draw, it's an amazing card. Even without it, it's still good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it reminds me of Minefield.
Yeah, and I'll see play. Next up, 7 mana Badlands Brawler. 7 mana 4/4 Battle Cry. You remember the old when they revealed the 7 mana or 4 mana 7/7 Shaman card back in the
Mhm.
day? They did a meme where it was 7 mana 4/4 Overload, whatever it was, and people were like, what the hell, is that really a card? So bad. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of funny. Battle Cry. Start a brawl. Wow. If you have to say it twice, always win. So it's brawl on a stick, but it's
Mhm.
2 more. I think it's going to see play. Yeah, it's going to see play. It's a good removal tool, Rev. And if you can,
Yeah.
getting it twice is going to be easy. This is a good removal tool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. What do you
There
think
are gonna
about
be
it?
times where you need to clear the board earlier.
True,
Um,
that's true.
but it's definitely not bad.
Definitely not bad. It'll probably see at least one of. Maybe I don't know about two, but one is definitely good. Oh, a blast tortoise. So that's kind of cool. Is that a Pokemon reference? 6 mana, 2/7. Horrible stats though. Health's not too bad, of course, but that 2 is horrible. Taunt, which is decent, because especially it's going to take a while to kill or won't kill. Battle card, deal damage to all enemy minions equal to this minion's attack. So it's a buff synergy card.
Mhm.
Then it's a little bit better now. Yeah, it's a good card now because warrior can buff, right? Yeah, well, right
Yep.
over there is the homeboy. Okay, give a taunt. Well, there's an answer where it's going out of turn. But yeah, this is a good card. I think it's even good without 2 mana. Oh, 6 mana. I don't know. I think it's good, Rev, on its own.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And if you could buff, it's even better. All right, let's look. Blast charge, 3 mana. Destroy a damage minion. Excavate a. Well, that's execute plus. A little more expensive, but it's a good card. I like it. Definitely a control card. I don't think anyone else would play it.
Mhm.
All right, unlucky powder man. Powder man here. 2 mana, 2/2. Taunt. Okay, death rattle. Give a taunt minion in your hand and deck +1/+1. So guaranteed, if Blast Tortoise isn't in your hand, it's going to definitely get the buff.
He's getting buffed, yeah.
And if it is in your hand, it's going to get a buff too. So you
Yeah,
remember, it's
pretty good.
both. Yeah,
It's like a more conditional Caliseth,
yeah, I like it.
but you can play 2 of it.
I like it.
Not
All right,
bad.
5 mana, 3/6 taunt. Battlecry, give your taunt minions in your hand +2/+2. Really good if you could play these on curve back to back. Really, really good. Only thing is, will you be able to guarantee? I mean, obviously, this is pushing Taunt Warrior. I don't know how many taunts Taunt Warrior likes or Control Warrior is going to want to run. Yeah, that's a good card. The only problem is, luckily, a 3/6 with taunt's not that bad to play on its own, especially against aggressive decks. So that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. The only thing is, you might not get guaranteed value, but even if it hits us 2/2, you don't get the blast guy. 2 mana 4/4 is actually not bad. So yeah, I like it. Battle Pickaxe. So it's 3 mana 4/1. Wow. Okay. After you play a taunt minion game. All right. Interesting. All right. So I mean, if you have to use it to remove something in the early game, that's great. And if you could play it and get value, it could potentially be a
You basically swing it the turn you play it, which does make it pretty slow.
yeah. And it potentially could last forever in theory, or at least a while. I don't know. Do you think that's a good enough weapon?
I mean, for 3 mana, and like I said, you can't swing it the turn you play it unless
Yeah,
it's
it's
later on
kind
in
of
the game. It feels a little
slow.
funky.
Yeah. And this one's reinforced plating, 3 mana, gain 6 armor, excavate treasure, which is excellent. Almost like Shield Slam, but or not Shield Slam. What's that one?
Shield
Armor
block.
Shield Block, but not quite as Shield Block draws a card. But this you could get a treasure. Yeah, they got good cards, Rev. Ones that are questionable is the weapon, and what else? Oh, the secondary slumbering guy, Stagmaw. I don't know,
Yeah.
Slagmaw. I don't know if he's gonna be good enough. Great art though.
So, do you think Taunt Warrior is gonna make it this time?
There's a lot of good synergy in this set for it. Wild has better
Because
taunts, so if anything, it might help it out.
yeah, because they print stuff like this every couple of years, and like only selective
Yeah, well,
stuff gets played.
I told you that. That's the problem they've done with like Beast Druid in the past, and that's why they kind of fixed that with the dragon.
Well, I think the issue is like the warrior removal is usually so efficient that you have to ask yourself the question like, why am I playing these taunt minions and not just like removing things with with your face or with shield
Yep.
slam or brawl or whatever else,
It'd be interesting. We'll have to definitely experiment it. Maybe Wild might be a better place for him, but we'll see. I mean, maybe a mid-range one would just
Yeah. Now I
overstatic.
am I am more like personally interested in that like mid-rangey
Yeah,
style of warrior than just
removal. Yeah,
holding 10,000 removal cards in my hand.
yeah, I like it. So it'd be kind of cool to play a good mid-range warrior deck. All right,
hmm
neutral time Revel. One of them where it's been in the game for one, Thunderbringer. So we don't have to really review that, but that's actually seeing play. 8 mana, 6/6 taunt, summon a elemental beast, and from your deck has actually been seeing play. So that's a good card. Kind of a little niche. It's not seeing play in everything, but it's actually seeing play some good decks. So it's been a good, okay card. Kingpin here, 6 mana, 6/7. Battlecry, resurrect your ogre gang. Give them Wind Fury. Oh, that's the thing, Rev.
This
You
is
think?
one you're gonna want to look at the tokens for.
All right, so it's a 5 mana 4/5/4 rush. Whenever this attack gain Divine Shield. Oh, that's actually really good. 50% chance to gain lifesteal. So I actually like that. Instead of hitting the wrong target, it actually will hit the target you want. But yeah, I like that. It's good.
hmm
Ogre Gang Rider. Love the art. A 3/6 rush, 50% chance to give your hero +3 attack this turn instead of attack. Okay. Interesting. That's some synergy with some like it's a real random. I don't know. With this, it could potentially be a good effect. Rush 50%. Well, the classic wrong thing. So those wrong enemies have never really seen play. So
hmm
what do you think about the card? I don't think it's bad. It's gonna be interesting. Do you think the
Uh,
ogre thing is gonna be a thing though?
I think it could be. So like the one that gets divine shield or it gets lifesteal.
It's great. Yeah.
When you bring it back with Wind Fury,
Oh,
uh, obviously if you get Divine Shield on the
yeah.
attack, then you get to attack again. You could get Divine Shield again, or you get Lifesteal,
Yeah.
and then you attack again, assuming it lives, and you're gonna get Divine Shield because it already has Lifesteal. So
Yeah, I like it.
the Wind Fury helps that guy's makes up for his inconsistency.
Yeah, I like it. We'll see. We'll have to play an ogre
It's a lot.
package.
It's definitely like a pile of stats if you summon them all back.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely play ogre. And I think ogre will probably be a decent deck. Let's
You
see.
can run
Okay.
6 of them. So
Sheriff Barrel Brim here, 4 mana, 4/4. If you have 20 or less health, open the Badlands Jail.
the
Take.
Badlands Jail is a dormant card or not a dormant. It's a location that makes a minion go dormant for 3 turns.
Ooh,
So you
that's
basically get the Maiev effect
on a
3
stick.
times.
Yeah, he's definitely good for control. Maybe mid range will like it too, but definitely control. Because then you could literally, if you don't have an answer for a turn or two, you just put it to sleep and don't have to deal with it. Yeah, he's good. Obviously, playing him on tempo isn't great, but
It's gonna slow down the game so much. Unless your opponent's just playing something like really swarmy.
yeah, I like it.
But anything else is gonna be pretty good. You
Yeah.
just ignore death rattles and
Yes,
stuff like
sir.
that.
Flint Firearm, 3 mana, 3/3. Battlecry. Get a random quick draw card. If you play it this turn, repeat the. Ooh, this is really good for like rogues, I'm assuming, because he could cheat stuff out. I think this guy's probably good on his own, no? Without cheating and stuff like that?
Maybe
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical that this is like what you want to be doing with your game plan, like that you want to play this on like 10 or something and
Yeah, that's true.
try to spam a bunch of quick draws. Like there just seems like there's something more impactful you could be doing, but like maybe there's a deck that plays it like not as maybe they have like a real game plan, but this is like the other thing that they do.
Yeah.
Um, if they just want like a value
Uh,
turn.
Really good at legendary for arena though, because arena's all about getting extra resources value. So really good for there. But you're right, maybe standard not so much. We'll see. I'm guarantee people experiment. Reno, the Lone Ranger. I love it. 8 mana battle cry. If your deck has no duplicates, empty the enemy board and limit 1 minion for a turn. See, people misread this. They thought for the rest of the game that'd be effing broken. But yeah, really good against aggro, right? Assuming that, well, aggro by turn 8, either they've won or they lost. But yeah, I like this.
Mhm.
Good. And then, of course, he has random, uh, uh, his Reno's
They all do
handgun.
damage with the bonus effect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Refresh 2 crystals. Ooh. Deal 2 Gorn, gain 4 armor is really good. Deal 2 damage on enemies. Wow. Deal damage randomly, give a friendly minion +2/+2. Deal 2 damage, discover spell. Summon a 3-cost minion and draw a draw. Yeah, they're all good. I think Reno's good. Definitely a good payoff for a Highlander. It
Yeah.
might
At that
make.
stage of the game, like Fell Bullet and Nature Bullet are going to be the best,
Yeah.
but they're all pretty good.
Yeah, I like them. We'll definitely have to do some Reno deck. Who do you think is going to be, since we saw all the classes, who's going to be the best Highlander, you think?
Um,
I don't think Shaman. Well,
I
maybe.
mean, it definitely leans into the priest play style of doing nothing the
Yeah,
most,
Rev.
right? Like shaman traditionally like they got a really good looking Highlander card, but like shaman traditionally doesn't want to do nothing,
Yeah,
you know.
especially Shaman. Like I said, they fall behind. They usually. Yeah, so definitely, I think Priest probably. It maybe is Mage a duplicate thing? I think so, right? Mage has
Yeah,
been.
so I don't know. So I mean, you can play this in like the other classes too that don't have other Highlander cards. I just don't think you would. You wouldn't have enough
Ooh, he might be kind of a.
support to justify
Yeah, I was
it.
thinking about that. He might be one of those type of cards that's really good for late game. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
I don't have any more duplicates left. I just play him, but even though I'm not a Highlander deck, control
Yeah,
type decks.
like a
Yeah,
warrior deck
yeah,
is just classic.
exactly.
Light enough.
Be-
We'll put a slot in it for it.
Correct.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
extra removal. You limit your turn, your opponent's next turn, and you get a really good hero power that's better than your default. Yeah. So I could definitely see Reno seeing a home in non Highlander. It's kind of like your big grind. Like again, it depends on the meta. If the meta is really grindy, then control decks are going to want Reno, even if they're not Highlander. But if it's a very
Yeah,
fast mid range type meta, then no, it'll definitely be exclusive. So yeah, he's technically flexible. Yeah, I like him. We'll see if he's meta or not. 8 mana, 8/8 elemental. A giant costs 1 less for each turn you've played Okay, well that's going to go in Shaman, right? That's a good card, especially
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean
discount.
if the deck is any good at all, it'll play
Yeah,
that.
definitely include that. Here's your orcs. We already saw it. So it's the Divine Shield of Listo. Good card. Cattle Rustler. Here, 5 mana, 3/4. Battle cry, draw a beast. It costs 3 less. What? Well, the stats are bad. It is card draw, though, for Beast Hunter. Because I think Hunter's the only one that plays Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Druid has some nice beasts that it might want, but I don't think Druid would be interested in this. I can only think Hunter would hunt.
So
Who else?
maybe,
Who else has
so
beasts?
maybe like I mean, I was just thinking like if you're trying to like cheat stuff into play with this kind of card, the best thing you could probably do is like use to draw Thunderbringer,
Oh,
and then you pull
Thunderbringer.
another
You're
beast and
right.
elemental into play.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
if you're just like playing your 5 mana 3/4 on turn 5 and drawing a free cost beast and playing it for free, that's not that impressive. But
No.
if you're actually using it to like ramp out Thunderbringer a couple turns earlier and get a nice board, like that's
Ooh.
now we're talking a bit more,
And also the colossal for Druid still sees play, so that getting out
Yeah.
that yeah, okay. We'll see.
I
That's
mean, I guess
potential.
there's also just Hunter wanting to play Hydralodon a
That
turn early
yep. Or King Crush. Yeah, okay. So it's
because you
probably
get 4 cost Hydralodon that you can play on turn 6.
yeah. And it might actually
Not
be a
bad.
decent arena card too, because you're going to definitely get a lot of beasts, and to get something out cheap and thin your deck in arena is not easy to do. So yeah, we'll see about standard, but arena is not too bad either. So 3 mana, 1/5 at the end of your turn. Load 2 bullets that deal 1 damage each. Death rattle, fire at random. Wow, I like the flavor of this card. What does he play though? It's a beast, so you can't buff it. But it
So
would.
it's kind of got like soft taunt, right? Because
Yeah, you don't
it's
want it
got
to
its
get.
end of turn. It loads more bullets if you don't kill it. So you kind of have to kill it right away.
Well, let's see play. It might beast through it, but I don't know. It's not a bad card by any means. I don't know if it's going to be good enough though. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't like that it can go face, but
Howdy, Finn. All right. 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever your hand has less than 3 cards in it, get a random Murloc. Interesting.
so
Definitely good for arena because
this stops you from ever gassing out, basically.
yeah, I like it. There's really no Murloc decks right now. There's some Murlocs in decks in Wild, but even without it, I think it's just kind of good for aggro, right? Because
Hmm.
Murlocs tend to be aggressive cards. So yeah, I think this is good for aggro. More likely or mid ranges, maybe. I like it. I don't think it's bad, and I think it might see some play. The only thing is
Hmm.
the 2 drop's kind of competitive, so who knows if it's gonna. Yeah, I think it's good because Amalgam of the Deep kind of comes in mind.
Yeah,
That's definitely kind of competition. But yeah, I like this.
yeah.
The good thing,
It kind of feels like it has echo because you can just
yeah.
keep playing cards in your hand and they get any smaller.
And the thing about what's good about this is, unlike the deep is situational, meaning you have to have something on board to get the battle cry. If not, you just play it, you get nothing. This one doesn't need that, so I like it.
Hmm.
I think it'll probably see play. This 5 mana, 6/4 rush, excavated treasure. It's a buster, burrowed buster.
This
It's
feels like the most expensive way
to
to
excavate
activate,
a
and
treasure.
I think for that reason it's not going to get played.
No, it'll probably be decent in arena because rush removal.
Yeah,
You get
like Rogue especially is just going to like pick the best excavate cards and then shadow step them.
yeah.
And I doubt, and like Death Knight, for instance, has so much better like rush cards and so much better removal than this.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I agree. It's
yeah,
decent for
probably dude, there's no way this could play.
no, never see play in standard or even wild. but it's not a bad pick for arena because it's for removal and you get a treasure. So yeah, sometimes it's a good arena card, not so much anything else. 4 mana, 3/2 taunt, battle cry, and quick draw. So if you get this on turn 4, oh, that's pretty amazing stats. If you get the dream, even on its own, I think it's good enough, right? Because it's summon a copy, hand buff synergy.
Yeah, on its own, it's just Serenite Chain Gang.
And that saw play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And it's definitely buff synergy, so you'll probably see play, not in every deck, but maybe a Taunt Warrior. We'll see. We'll have to build a Taunt Warrior, but definitely we'll see play in some type of decks. We'll see which one will be interested in it. Then we already see this Orc Gang Rider. I think this one's the weakest of them but if it has the Wind Fury, then it's probably not too bad. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right, so number 4, 4 mana Snake Oil Seller, 4/5. Death Rattle, shuffle 2 tradable snake oils into your opponent's deck. What does that do? Let's see.
Does nothing.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually...
Unless you have spell damage.
Okay, look. This is actually...
I think it's just here to brick Highlander cards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. There was another card that you remember that Pelican or whatever it was did the same thing. It saw play because it still sees play in Wild to just stop Highlander shenanigans. So yeah, it's tradable, which makes it a little bit better. If Highlander is a meta tyrant, this will definitely see play. If maybe not otherwise. I don't know. Mess up your opponent's draw is not too bad. And Wild it's even better because you have that beast guy who, when you add something, you double it. So that'd be 4.
Yeah, I like that it's a trade. I like that it's a tech card with premium stats.
Yeah, and that's what's cool. They've kind of learned over the years, make tech cards good and people play it. Bounty Board, 3 mana, 0/5. Your Excavate, Quick Draw, and tradable and legendary cards cost 1 less. That's very good.
I mean,
but
it's possible there's some really specific combo, but this is probably the worst card of the set.
Yeah, because it is a soft taunt, mind you, will be removed on when it's played, but 3 mana, 0/5, and it's just going to be removed the next turn potentially. Yeah, it's definitely not going to see play. Maybe, like you said, there's some combo shenanigans, but now this is a card I put in my Druid deck, just one of them. I put 2 because 6 mana, 6/6 on its own, tradable and lifesteal is pretty decent. And if you do the quick draw, deal 6 damage, guaranteed 6 health to your opponent. I mean, not to the Druid. Well, not just the Druid, anyone who plays it. That's a good card. I like it. And the fact that it's tradable makes it even better. Because if you get this early game, you just throw it into your deck. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in my Druid deck. I have one
tradable with quick draw seems pretty good.
Yeah. I have one in my Druid deck. I might put 2, but I think one's probably going to be enough. We'll see. But Druid's always needs health, so I might have to put another one in. Really good dragon on its own. I like it. Tradable makes it very flexible. And if you, like you said, get that quick draw, ooh, that's good. It could go face, or of course it could remove a good minion. Here's an elemental, 4 mana, 3/3 taunt. Okay, deal 2 damage to all minions except friendly element. All right. So if you're going to the whole elemental package, this is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah, it's taunt. It's a little easy to remove, but hey, it's still your opponent has to deal with it. It's very good against aggro, so yeah, I like it. And
not bad.
It can protect the shaman board too. Well, I'm assuming shaman's going to be the only one who's going to do elementals, but who knows? Someone else might too. 4 mana, 4/3. If you're holding another 4 cost card, deal 4. Ooh, is there any way to make sure this is consistent? Probably. Will it see play? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Do you? It's not bad.
You have to be running a lot of 4 drops, and you have to draw into them. It's
too situational.
Probably too situational, yeah.
But not bad if you could pull it off. It's really good if you do, but again, it's a lot of what ifs. 3 mana, 4/3 elemental. Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, discover an elemental from the past. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be. Thing is, isn't it competition for the shaman? Doesn't have a 3-drop? Or anyways, This is good. And that means any of the
Lets you keep your chain going for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. And you get an elemental that you could potentially get a 4-drop to keep it going, and it's probably going to be a good elemental pick. Elementals are kind of like dragon; they're usually pretty good no matter what. I like it. It'll definitely see playing on my elemental shaman. All right, so next up, 3 mana, 3/4, pretty vanilla. Gaslight, gatekeeper. Battle cry. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw that many cards. Wow, Flashpoint, basically from
So
DC.
um this is basically plot twist, right?
Yeah, with a
Or you
body.
could say it's a remulliganing.
This is good, and I think it'll see play. Who will play it though? It depends. If you have a bad hand, it'd be great. Yeah, I like it. I don't know who would play it though.
I mean, maybe some decks that have dredge stuff going on
Yeah,
would just want to shuffle your deck. You know,
yeah,
like how they play Finley
that's good. Yeah, Finley sees play.
to pick up just to pick up their payoffs.
This is probably
Or
something.
or in Control Warrior, a lot of times like they don't have anything dredged, but like they'll just play Finley
Yeah.
just
So yeah,
because like they've got too much removal or they've got too much threats or whatever, and they just want to like redo their hand.
no, it's good. It'll definitely one of for sure. Some more maybe mid-range control type decks. High Noon Dolus, 3 mana, 4/3. Death Rattle. Both players draw. Destroy the card that costs less. Wow. Will this see play, Rev? I like it, but
It's cool, but I would say probably not.
no. It is a very cool themed card for the set, but I don't think it's going to be consistent enough. Maybe in arena because it is card draw and if you get lucky, but I don't think so. Not in constructor. We'll see if it does. It might be an arena card. All right, 3 mana, 2/2 Horseshoe Slinger. So deal 2 damage to a random enemy minion's quick draw. Add one of so a quick draw is really good. Add one to its neighbors. All right. Well, is this good enough for quick draw though, or who would be interested in this? More your controlly. I don't know if there's gonna be a room.
I think its stats are a little
Yeah,
rough.
yeah. And there's a lot of good 3 drops, so it's cool. It'll probably be something in the arena, another arena card. I don't know if it'll be good enough for standard. Maybe I don't know something to go again.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of you'd have to ask the question of like what class has weaker removal
Yeah,
and would need to play this.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's
like
good enough.
yeah, I don't think it's good enough.
3 mana, 3/2 Death Run. If you're holding another again 3 cost random card, summon a random 3 cost mini. Wow, if you get it, it's really really good. But
Yeah, it's a little easier to pull off than the 4 cost one
yeah,
for sure.
but I don't think it'll be consistent enough, and you probably wouldn't want to run it. Yeah, but good
Hmm.
though. Good for arena. Stuff like that's good for arena, especially good arena. You could build a lot of 3 drops too. So yeah, definitely good for arena, but not so much. I don't think for standard. 3 mana, 4. Oh, well, we saw this. He's okay. He does have rush, so that's kind of nice. Better than the old vanilla Oracles. It was just a 4/4 or whatever it was with 50% chance. So at least, I mean, if the board's clear, that's is it? Oh no, if the board's not clear, this could technically hit. Let's say if there's one minion on board, this could technically go face,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, okay. So maybe an aggressive deck will like this. Yeah, we'll see. I think this isn't a bad card, but the 50% chance, I mean, hell, that means you get extra 4 damage. It's unexpected. So the dome is pretty good.
hmm
2 mana, 1/3. Ooh, okay. Your beasts have rush. But this is probably good, especially for like, God, it reminds
could
me
enable
of,
some combo.
yeah, it reminds me of that 1/1
Rack.
broomstick. You remember that? But that was
Oh yeah, broomstick.
all your minions, so that's technically better. But it saw a lot of play. Of course, it's 1 mana cost difference, which is huge. But there's ways to discount beasts. So yeah, definitely I'll see play in a beast theme, hunter type maybe thing, maybe druid too, and wild. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely good. Rush is powerful, man. So it'll definitely see play. It's a little expensive. If it was 1 mana, 1/1, it'd be perfect.
Yeah,
But
if it was one, it'd be cracked.
yeah, it would be too OP. And of course, look at what they bid. The traditional, like always, a garbage card, but they had to print it. 2 mana, 5/1.
It's 2 cost though.
It is, but it's 1 health. It's going to be so easy to remove. A paint. Oh, maybe it's not too bad.
This is probably like one of the better Ragers we've
Oh,
seen,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But
eventually they're gonna push the envelope enough and
yeah.
accidentally make a good Rager. This is
One.
this is like dangerously close to being good.
Yeah. If it was 2 mana, then it probably, yeah, I like it, but it's definitely just, it's getting close, like you said. But dude, imagine if this ever, the opponent didn't get an answer, just smack it in someone's face early game. Dry scale. Didn't we see this guy 2 mana, 2/2? Your next time you draw a spell, get a copy of it. Isn't this gonna be good for like?
I think this gets played, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good enough for especially demon hunters.
Demon Hunter, yeah. Maybe Mage too.
Mage, yeah. This is definitely going to see play. Plus, it's synergy tribe, so it could potentially make those decks even
Yeah,
better.
it's one
Yeah,
of those guys that looks kind of innocuous, but yeah, it's probably pretty good.
I love it. 2 mana, 1/2 gold panner. At the end of your turn, wow. Well, that'll see play. I think. I don't know how
Neutral
many.
mana tide totem,
Yeah, and it literally.
and it's cheaper.
Yeah, you get a 1/2 and a card guarantee. If it were start, no. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Aggressive decks are definitely going to run it because the card draws a premium. Yeah, it'll definitely see play in certain deck. Not every deck, but yeah, good card. Neutrals have been pretty good so far. Yeah, they've gotten a lot better about their neutrals. There used to be so much garbage, but good. 2 mana, 2/3 vanilla stats. Greedy partner. Battlecry. If you're holding a 2-cost card, gain a. This one won't be too difficult to do.
Yeah.
Rogue will definitely, yeah, Rogue will definitely want to use this for their coin package if it's a thing.
I think some aggressive decks might just play this.
Yeah, this
because
is good
you're
enough.
getting a 2/3 for 1.
Yeah. I think aggressive decks and Rogue potentially. Yeah, it's good because it shouldn't be too hard to meet the condition. And worst case scenario, you got a 2/3 on turn 2, so you're not really falling behind. I like it. This, the 2 mana, 1/1 battle call excavated treasure. If it was a 1 mana, 1/1, it would see play for sure. But 2 mana, 1/1, and if you
this will
can't,
get played.
you think it will? All right. All right. Yeah, especially if treasures are good.
It's like some of the other neutral excavates are really expensive.
Yeah, you're right. All right. If it was 1/1, it would definitely see play. It was playing a lot of, yeah. It's not bad. It'll only you fall behind, but maybe you won't care if you get a nice treasure next turn, anyways. 2 mana, 2/2. Battle Cry. Return a friendly minion to your hand and gain. Whoa. That's
This is like the most pushed Brewmaster we've seen.
Yeah, but a better Brewmaster. And Brewmaster sees play, dude. And especially more so in Wildlands than here. This is a good card, and I mean, it's obviously not going to be in every deck, but it definitely goes for some of the earlier cards we saw with buff synergy for, I think, the Warrior, the Hunters, and yeah, this is a good card. It'll make
in Hunter you can bounce your Highlander card and save it as a bigger board clear for later.
Yep, exactly. Another thing too, like the bunny just here. I mean, you could definitely, I like it. Definitely a good card. I won't see it in a lot of decks, obviously, but it's definitely good. Like you said, Highlander card decks come to mind, and they usually run these type of bounce because, like you're right, you're gonna get what's better than playing?
Yeah, they always all the wild Highlander decks play like Brand, Zola, kind of stuff.
Yeah, so this is definitely a new tool for them to use, and it gives them a nice little buff. I like it a lot. 2 mana, 1/2 beast stealth. Okay, that's good. Poisonous, which is good. After your opponent plays a minion, attack. Wow. Ooh, okay. So this is like really. This is a type of card that your opponent has to play around. I mean, like I said, I play a lot of druid, so I hate shit like that where they do stuff where, like especially the mage secrets where it's like where it removes stuff or does stuff. Druid, the problem with the druid is like you play these big bulky boys and like fuck, you play an 8/8 dragon and it gets removed for free because of that because you don't have cheap minions to count.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good card. I like it, but stealth only
I think
lasts
it's
one turn, right?
no, it remains
Oh,
stealth
until you
until your
attack.
opponent
Okay.
plays a minion for it to kill you. I think it's probably for most decks. It's probably like too much in your opponent's control
Yeah.
a lot
So
of the time.
it's good for arena, I'll tell you that. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, it's not bad, but it's probably you're right. It's probably not good enough for consistent play because there's just too much competition, Rev, for especially in the 2 slot, right?
Hmm.
2 mana, 2/3 vanilla stats. Whelp Wrangler. At the end of your turn, get a 1/2 Whelp with taunt. So it's basically the Necromancer for what's it
No,
called?
no, no. It's not. So this is when it would say summon. This says get, so it's adding it to your hand.
Oh, never. Oh, if it was summon,
This is
then
actually like I would say quite. It's not like the worst thing, but
no. Okay, I thought it was
probably not
summon.
enough.
Because then it would be extremely good. Yeah, if it was summon, this would be a token every token druid. Most probably decks, a lot of decks would love it because if
Yeah.
it was if it's summoned,
This is just like a curve filler.
the only
Um.
thing is good about this. I mean, my druid deck obviously is going to have enough dragons, I hope, but like for dragon synergy, you're guaranteed to have a cheap dragon you could leave in your hand for a long
Mhm.
time. So, but I don't know if my dragon drew would be interested in doing that when there's that 2-drop dragon that gives you ramp, right? So, but I
Yeah.
could see this, like I said, like in a heavy dragon thing with but the thing is, you remember back in the day, this would have seen play in dragon decks because there wasn't enough dragons really that you want to run to consistently make it 100% consistent. But now it's just too consistent, so you don't have. But yeah, not bad if you're desperate for a dragon, you want to just keep in your hand. But yeah, probably not good enough for play. Maybe more a good arena card because you get at least something you could do. But yeah, where does this salesman a 1 mana 2/2 ooh good premium stats death rather get a tradable. Well, that sucks that you get that, but you're getting a good statted minion at the beginning, which good
Mhm.
early game. Would this see play though right now? Who would be interested in this? Maybe a rogue to get something they can cycle their deck.
Yeah. No, would an aggressive deck play
Maybe,
this?
maybe, especially if they have a bad hand. Maybe, but it's a death rattle,
I mean,
right?
I think you're playing it maybe in an aggressive deck, and you're hoping you never have to actually draw,
Yeah, because
like you
this,
never have to play the card,
yeah,
right?
because it has premium stats for a 1-drop, so it's aggressive and it might live a turn or two. All right, yeah, aggressive definitely would probably be interested. 1 mana, 2/1 death rattle. Get a barrel of sludge, toxic waste, handle with care. That's awesome. I don't know if this would be good enough for Warlock, though. Maybe it's an early game minion and they might be interested in it. But that's about the only person I would think would want that. Is it the
Hmm.
sludge for the.
Yeah, they're the only class that's got any
Yeah.
particular synergy with the sludge.
So, what do you think of the set so far? It looks like we're done. Yeah. I like it. I like that
I think
catch up.
I think it's thematically pretty cool.
Yeah. And we'll see we always ask you, who's you going to play first? You know me, Elemental Shaman and Dragon Druid, and then probably Mage after that, maybe Warlock. Maybe some other stuff
Yeah,
too, but what about you? What are you looking most
I mean,
forward to?
like Warlock. I'd say like Warlock, Shaman, Druid all look pretty fun.
Yeah.
The Paladin stuff too. Interested to see if that big hand Paladin stuff pans
Yeah.
out.
And we'll have to definitely play. I'm looking forward to Rogue, by the way, as well. We're
Hmm.
going to definitely have to play Rogue. But Shaman and Druid are my first ones for sure. Oh, man, the Elemental Shaman should be a lot of fun.
Some of the hunter stuff's pretty nice too.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of good stuff.
I like the 10-gallon hat. You can just keep drawing
Yeah.
minions until you run out of minions.
And I like their legendaries. They're good. Yeah, it's good stuff. I can't wait. It should be fun. Yeah, this dragon package. This is how you do it. Like I said, guys, you don't throw one dragon in there and call it a day and say, "Oh yeah, build yourself a dragon druid and run a bunch of neutrals." By the
Yeah,
way, I think the
yeah.
wild one, Ysera's going to be good. You remember Ysera's a really good card. So yeah, wild dragon druid is probably going to be better than standard. You might want to do Prince for Wild. I don't know. Prince kind of makes your deck a little bit more inconsistent, but Wild has so much card draw, it probably wouldn't be so bad.
Hmm.
All right, Rev. Well, I like it. Good cards. We'll have to see what
Yep.
nastiness. We'll have a bunch of packs to open, and we got the
And it's gonna be out not this Tuesday, but the
yeah.
following
So we have a little
Tuesday.
time, and I got the track done too, which I'm happy. So, but what
Nice.
about you? Are you going to get the pre-bundle? You said you were on the fence.
Yeah, I'm on the fence just because I'm not playing a lot of games lately in general.
Oh,
Um, been socializing so much and
oh,
trying to
okay.
be healthy and all that stuff.
All right, that's better for
So
you. All right, we'll have to see, but
yeah,
we'll have to definitely get some games in though. It's been a long time.
yeah, definitely. We gotta play some Snap too.
Yeah.
In
Think,
fact, like maybe some Snap tomorrow.
oh yes. Yeah, we haven't done battles for a while too, and Mudboy wants to do draft one. We've been playing a lot at night, late nights when you're in sleep, but
Yeah.
there've been some, I don't know, I don't like Conquest per se. I just don't play it much, but when you battle friends, it's just so much more fun, I think. I don't know, Conquest just to me is it takes away exactly what
See,
Snap is. It's supposed to be
I
quick
like
play.
I like Conquest because I really like getting nice splits. So like
Oh.
last month was Odin. You could get a lot of Odin splits. This month you can get a lot of Iron Man splits.
Oh, I didn't think of
So
it like that. Maybe it is worth it. You saw that
so yeah,
inked?
like especially if you like the card, you don't even have to necessarily like the variant that month for that card, but if it's a card like, you know, I really like Odin, so I was hyped to get a lot of boosters.
All right, that's I didn't think of it like that. I might have to do that because you saw that awesome inked Iron Man I got. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, you know
No,
the
dude, I've got my golden lockjaw with golden crackle. Oh
oh
my
that's fun. They
god.
need
So
to
I'm basically set on that.
yeah, they definitely need to add hey, what's it called where you could re-roll because it's a grind to get it. It would be awesome with the dude the default because I only like inked usually and the default. I'm not too much of a fan. That Iron Man card I showed you though, I do like the foiled of that. Once in a while I like it, but most of the time I don't like the foiled. So yeah, I would love to be able to put those awesome effects like those flare effects on the default art. So that'd be a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they could do that one day,
I
but
would I would like to see the borders be fully customized.
yeah, that too, dude. Because there's some of them where it's like a purple color card, and you don't and you lose that. And some people, oh, I'm not gonna split because I love the purple frame.
Yeah, it's like you just like never upgrade it again. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll be
Exactly.
back later. We'll have to place. I'll probably tomorrow. We'll probably do some Snap. It's been a while, and then yeah, Rev, we're definitely looking forward to this Hearthstone expansion. Hopefully, it'll be good, and
Hmm.
it has a lot of good juicy cards. And then rotation next year it'll be even interesting to see what the mini set brings. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.